Brian Pereira grew up in Mangalore, a port city located on the west coast of India. He did his schooling at St. Aloysius Mangalore, a school that names him in their list of notable alumni. With both parents being educators, Brian was fortunate to have grown up in a family that valued education. After high school, Brian decided to pursue a medical degree, the inspiration for which came from an uncle who was a physician. After attending medical school at St. John's Medical College, he completed his residency in internal medicine along with a fellowship in nephrology at the Postgraduate Institute in Chandigarh. Chandigarh proved to be the best place for Brian for many reasons, the most important one being he met his wife Sunita there. She was a hotshot neonatologist and too busy to spend time with the relentless Brian. But in the end, Brian's perseverance paid off, and soon Sunita and he tied the knot. While in Chandigarh, Brian met the Dean of Tufts Medical School and the Chief of Nephrology, who were in India for a major symposium. Being the one who spoke the best English and the one who knew the best bars in town, Brian was their designated guide during the visit. By the end of their visit, he was offered a job in Boston, and the rest is both history and geography. And so began the next chapter in Boston, Massachusetts. At Tufts, his supervisor, Professor Levy, said Brian had no need for a supervisor and that his extraordinary intelligence, creativity, hard work, and ambition led him to succeed in every aspect of his work at Tufts. After a meteoric rise to the position of president and CEO of a Tufts Medical Center physician organization, Brian was ready for the next challenge. Brian realized he needed to understand the business of healthcare if he wanted to bring about change in healthcare. So he pursued an executive MBA at Kellogg School of Management. When Tufts Medical Center, like all Boston hospitals, was in financial trouble, Brian, the only physician with an MBA, was the obvious choice for interim COO of Tufts Medical Center. As expected, he brought the hospital back to fiscal health. Brian's favorite quote from William Arthur Ward is also his philosophy in life and one that he attributes this success to. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The realist adjusts the sails. The next challenge Brian took on was taking on the role of CEO of publicly traded company AMAG, where he increased the market cap from $60 million to $1.2 billion. And then Brian moved on to private equity and venture capital. Success after success followed Brian. Brian was then approached to lead Visterra, an innovative biotech company in Massachusetts. Brian and Sunita continue to pay it forward through their philanthropic efforts. Brian serves as a trustee of American India Foundation. Sunita serves on the board of Peabody Essex Museum. Brian had plans to retire and spend more time with his family, but his family had other plans for him. And so, Brian continues to work to advance the field of biotechnology and lives by his favorite quote: God put us on earth to achieve a limited number of goals. Right now, we are so far behind that we cannot die.